We go. Give it 5 seconds. Hit forward.
Good morning, Martes. Good afternoon, East Coast, Canada, Australia, and all the members of the European countries watching us right now. Shout out to you. Las Vegas, known for its dazzling lights, finds itself embraced in this fascinating cloak of haze from the York fire. But it's okay because Bev welcomes you to another exciting episode. Best Express Views on PHLV Radio and other platforms you can watch wherever you are in the world. Viewers, listeners, and onlookers, we have another exciting episode as we embark on a captivating journey to explore one of Southern California's most iconic venues, the Long Beach Convention and Entertainment Center. In the vibrant city of Long Beach, this remarkable convention center stands as a hub of creativity, innovation, and community gatherings. Whether you're an event enthusiast or curious wanderer, join us as we explore the fascinating history, the unforgettable moments, and the mesmerizing charm of the Long Beach Convention Center. Jehovah's Witnesses are known for their huge conventions around the world, and the city of Long Beach is one of the longtime hosts of such gatherings. Let's now watch a video that will give you a gist on how lives have been impacted by the Long Beach Convention and Entertainment Center in the city of Long Beach.
We were running conventions out of Dodger Stadium, and they were fantastic. But at the same time, it was the summer. It was outside, and if, like me, you had 4 children with a wife sitting there and you had to bring a tent to keep them cool, it posed a problem.
However, Long Beach was inside. It was air conditioned. It was a beautiful place to have a convention. The hotels were closer. Restaurants surrounded it. But we could create a better learning environment.
And so the impact plays out from the convention going forward for the rest of the year. And so that's why Jehovah's Witnesses look forward to these conventions. It's one of the biggest dates in their lives.
Conventions are like a highlight of our year. It's part of our worship. So we get there early. We get there around 6:30 in the morning. And so with the hotels being so accommodating, it made it easy for my family. We just went right out of the venue, straight to the restaurants. And there was a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses that were there, but they just took care of us. We loved it.
Jehovah's Witnesses, you really are known for their diversity. Here in Long Beach, for example, in 2009, we had an international convention, which means not only do we have English and Spanish, but we invite international guests from a number of countries. And there's been some astounding relationships developed as a result of that.
I grew up in Japan. It was my first experience seeing that many people from that many different countries, backgrounds, cultures. It was amazing.
If my family didn't decide to host someone from a different land for the Long Beach Convention, my life would be completely different because I wouldn't have been able to meet my wife.
And now I'm coming every summer here at Long Beach with my husband. So this place is so special.
We've loved coming to the Long Beach Convention Center. It's always the highlight of the year. No matter what challenges are thrown our way, these conventions just really help us to continue to enjoy our lives.
Just like right before I got baptized, I started to see that the person I was as a kid started to come back. And it was the first convention that I'd ever seen. And just the love and the unity that you feel, the conventions are pretty special. Since attending that convention, I am now employed. I'm clean and sober. But, I went from being homeless to been married for over a year now. I've got a beautiful family.
So the key to all of this, Long Beach, Jehovah's Witnesses, It's the relationship, the friendships that have developed over the years as we have worked together. We know each other well so that we can continue to enjoy the conventions that we've had in the past, the ones we're having now, and the ones we're going to have in the future. So thank you, City of Long Beach. This has been a wonderful relationship. We want to continue it. We want to improve on it.
Our guest this morning is Mr. Robert Hendricks, spokesperson of Jehovah's Witnesses, live on Zoom in Walk Hill, New York. Good afternoon, Robert. Warmest welcome to you.
Good afternoon, Bev. Nice to see you again, and thank you. It was
Yeah.
nice also to see you in Long Beach. It was amazing that we were there at the same time, but it was good to be able to see you in person.
Yes. Good morning to you, Mr. David Cohen, the original spokesperson of Jehovah's Witnesses in Long Beach, California. Good morning, David. Welcome to
Good.
Anuna Bev's Best Express Views.
Good morning as well. And again, greetings from Southern California.
Yeah. So throughout the years, the Long Beach Convention and Entertainment Center has hosted an impressive array of events, grand conventions that draw people from around the globe. But there's much more to uncover behind its massive doors. What is the history between Jehovah's Witness and the city of Long Beach? Robert, you can answer that.
Well, you know, we go back to very early in the last century in Long Beach. We have been active, of course. In fact, we're celebrating 100 years this year at the Los Angeles Coliseum. So our presence in Southern California has been long and storied. In fact, we go back to conventions as early as 1940 in Long Beach, and then every decade since then, we've had a convention. But here's what we were celebrating just the other day in Long Beach was the string of years that we've been there. In fact, our conventions have now been there 25 times in the Long Beach Convention Center. We had a 3-year hiatus because of the pandemic. So we've really had nearly a 30-year relationship with the city that has been ongoing and without interruption. And it's been a very special relationship because it's included not just us coming to the conventions, not just us feeding the city economically during the summer months. And it's extensive. This year we're having 12. At times we've had up to 14 conventions in a summer. But it also includes our participation in making that convention center the convention center that it is because of the work that we put into it.
Wow, that's an amazing historical connection. And David, what recent event did Jehovah's Witnesses hold in collaboration with the city of Long Beach?
So we put on an open house. We worked with the city of Long Beach to really celebrate these last 25 years working together jointly like this in such a tight partnership. So what we did is we invited different city officials, businesses, representatives from Jehovah's Witnesses that oversee conventions and all activities of Jehovah's Witnesses in the United States and in the Caribbean to come and speak and talk about this relationship and how really unique it is and how we've all really come together and created something very special.
And 25.
Yeah, and Bev, you know, it's not just about us coming to convention. As I said before, the reason why this is so special is because when we began conventions back in 1995 in that facility, we looked at ways that we could really forge a partnership. And our next video talks a little bit about it. But over the years, through nearly 2 decades, we participated in projects. Our volunteers participated in projects that basically built that convention center to what it is today.
So it's a collaboration with the Jehovah's Witnesses and the Long Beach Convention Center, correct?
It is indeed, and it's been a very powerful collaboration for a lot of years. And that collaboration has included really the impact that we've made both on the physical facility, the impact that we've made on the city of Long Beach, and the impact that we have made really during each summer in over 25 years on that city in its whole environment. And it's been a physical, spiritual, and emotional impact on the city that has been second to none from when you think about any other group that has been guests in that convention center over the years.
Very well said. Now, what set this event apart and made it truly distinctive? Was its unparalleled uniqueness? David.
What made it so unique was the fact that, normally when we have open houses like this, it's usually around international convention. But again, highlighting this effect, I think Steve Goodling, the CEO of the Convention Visitors Bureau, put it perfectly, where he said, we've created this symbiotic relationship. We're helping each other out. And from the very beginning in 94, as we looked at the different construction projects, as we looked at different events that happened in between, there was times where we were helping one another out for the benefit of both. And so that's very unique. When you think of 6,000 conventions that Jehovah's Witnesses will put on, one of the largest convention organizations in the world, this is very unique to be able to say this about such a multi-decade relationship that has accomplished so much.
I also think, Bev, it's scale. And what I mean by that is there's no other place in the United States outside venue where we have 12 to 14 conventions during a summer. We do at our own assembly halls, but not at a rented event facility. And that's significant in itself. But what makes it even of greater significance is the amount of Jehovah's Witnesses that actually are in California. California is quite a hotbed of activity for our brothers and sisters. We have well over 200,000 who are in California. And many of them over the last 28 years have spent some time in that convention center. So that convention center has touched the lives it's had a generational impact on families throughout the last 3 decades.
And you're also known for being so organized. One of the testimonies is about the cleanliness of how you, all Jehovah's Witnesses, are helping each other after the convention, before the convention. So that's a remarkable and honorable comments from the politicians and as well as with the rest of the Long Beach community officials, correct?
Well, they certainly do appreciate it, right, David?
Yeah, you hear that over and over again, how much they appreciate they see the volunteerism. And they'll say it over and over about how we leave the facility cleaner than when we received it. But I think just them viewing that and seeing along the streets these same people that are cleaning and volunteering, actually also putting into action the things that they're learning spiritually inside that venue, really practicing what they preach and really trying to help and make that community of Long Beach better.
It's just amazing how we observed when the crowds of thousands are all together and the convention is well organized. Your thoughts on that?
Well, it has to be organized. In just the United States alone, we have 708 conventions this year alone. Nearly 2 million people will attend them. It's a very organized program. We come into a facility. You are usually given the keys on a Thursday morning, and that facility needs to be ready to be a house of worship the following day. And from our standpoint, a house of worship means a place that is dignified, clean, that is a good teaching environment, that has the right audio-video setup so that everybody can see and learn. We build a stage, we build the audio-video screens, we put in audio into the arena. We make sure that arena is spotless, and that's what we do in 24 hours. And so, organization is the key. Effective, efficient volunteers who are coming. They know what they're going to do. They get it done, and they get it ready to open at 7:45 on Friday morning. 8 o'clock for senior citizens, 8:15 for the rest of the general public, and we're ready to go. They can sit in a seat, be comfortable, and be in a clean and dignified environment.
Very well said. When you return on Anuna Bev, Best Express Views, we will explore deeper into the enriching partnerships between convention cities like Long Beach and how Jehovah's Witnesses foster the community's growth and engagement. So stay tuned.
I'm attorney Richard Harris. For me, it's all about winning for our clients. So our firm is donating backpacks full of supplies to 12,000 of the neediest students in Nevada. We want these kids to be winners too.
A lot of slick advertising may look like the lawyer is a very good lawyer. The proof is in the results. The Richard Harris Law Firm, just in case. We've represented over 100,000 people in my career. The thing that stands out when I represent Filipino Americans is the love that they have for their family. The Richard Harris Law Firm, just in case.
Sabi ng patients ko, they don't need a colonoscopy because they don't feel anything. But colon cancer is a silent killer. It affects both men and women, mayaman man o mahirap. Have your colon checked.
Mobile Home Health, providing care in the comfort of your own home.
Serving Southern Nevada is our top priority.
And it's our greatest joy to help others stay safe and enjoy a better quality of life at home.
Because health is wealth.
Your head is a part of your whole body, just like your heart and the rest of your body. Huwag kang mahihiya dahil hindi ka nag-iisa. I'm your nurse practitioner, Christina Pajara, advocating for mental health. Educate yourself and others. Choose empowerment. Call today.
I'm attorney Richard Harris. For me, it's all about winning for our clients. So our firm is donating backpacks full of supplies to 12,000 of the neediest students in Nevada. We want these kids to be winners too.
As a city, Long Beach is thankful to the Jehovah's Witnesses for choosing us for their annual convention for more than 25 years. Each year, the convention brings more than 120,000 people to Long Beach with a local economic impact of $44 million. That's an impact to our small businesses, our critical services, and to our community.
It feels like it's a homecoming. This has worked so well because there's this common respect and appreciation. I believe that that creates this symbiotic relationship that has been so stable for over 25 years.
My experience with Jehovah's Witnesses has only been positive. They're extremely cordial, kind, and respectful.
There's a lot of great things that can surround a Jehovah's Witnesses event. Everything from cleaning to security to parking to the cleanliness and maintenance of the facility. And one of the things we see is a high level of respect, and I would hasten to say love, of the facility.
Our problem is not getting the crew. Our problem is getting too much crew, because everybody wants to be a part of this.
Because of the way that they clean, our facility is probably the cleanest that it ever is during that particular time.
We would work out an arrangement where we would do work at the facility, and then we would exchange the value of that work for dates.
They needed some work done, big job, in 100 days. They couldn't find any contractors to do it in that time frame. And that's demo and build, and it was an extensive program, but we did it in less than 100 days.
One was the arena parking structure. That lot hadn't been paved in years. Of course, the Jehovah's Witnesses had a professional who actually knew how to do large lots like that. In addition, the seaside ballrooms were also completed, where moldings were added into the space, and also a new facade as an entryway. One project was really key, installing new carpet. They found this carpet, which the manufacturer just installed in Buckingham Palace. To watch this army laying carpet throughout a convention center was so impressive. At the end, they looked at us and they said, this job was done as well as Buckingham Palace. And so we thought, well, if it was good enough for Queen Elizabeth, it's certainly good enough for us here.
We did a project back in 2001, and something unexpected took place. They said, we want you to come to a ceremony. and we come to a ceremony, and they give us the keys to the city.
And the city manager mentioned that this is only given to visiting dignitaries and heads of state, and that he wanted to be sure that we understood that it was an example of their appreciation for our partnership that we've enjoyed together.
We helped the city. You know, when we came in 95, our presence, I think, made a big difference.
Whether the economy is vibrant and strong, or whether it might be in a malaise or even a recession, the Jehovah's Witnesses will continue and always have continued to meet.
During the past 25 years, there have been downturns of the economy. And during that time, Jehovah's Witnesses occupied our rooms in the city. They went to the restaurants. They went to visit the attractions when there was very little tourism business. And for that, we will be forever grateful.
Jehovah's Witnesses have been a long-term partner. It's a pleasure knowing that the consistency of that group happens every single year.
And you can see families all over the streets like it's a migration, and every summer this is the ritual. And since 1995, we've been fortunate to have the witnesses here every summer, every weekend.
Not only is there a significant economic impact of $44 million annually to help support our small businesses or restaurants, something special happens when thousands of people come together and worship and to do good things in our community. And so we are better off as a community, as the home to this convention, and we look forward to continuing our long-standing relationship.
Welcome back to Anuna Bev, Best Express Views. Still with us, Mr. Robert Hendricks, spokesperson of Jehovah's Witnesses in Wallkill, New York, and Mr. David Cohen, regional spokesperson of Jehovah's Witnesses in Long Beach, California. Robert, in what ways do partnerships between convention site cities such as Long Beach and Jehovah's Witnesses enrich the community?
Well, I think you heard it in that video, and you heard it on a number of levels. First of all, Mr. Smith, who said very clearly, we love the facility. And he said that because that's the way we interact with that facility. In other words, we come in, we make it our home. And that's done in every city where Jehovah's Witnesses are using facilities. The second thing we heard the mayor say at the end, which I think was very powerful, was we're a better city because they're here every year. And so these partnerships that we have in scores of cities around the United States are forged on trust and the fact that we bring not only an economic impact, you heard 1.5 billion over the 25 years, here in Long Beach, not only an economic impact, but a great spiritual impact, an emotional impact, a physical impact on the city. You know, when I've spoken with hoteliers in other cities around the country, CVBs in other cities around the country, what they say is during a Jehovah's Witness convention, our city is just a better place to be. The love that is shown, the dignity that is shown, is just something that transcends any other group, any other event that happens in the city. So what you're hearing in Long Beach, while unique because of the physical partnership we've had with the facility, which doesn't happen in every city, and the length of time, it's not unique from the impact that we have in a city.
Wow, the consistency and the organization speaks for itself. And so, David, you are from Long Beach. What was the feedback from the Long Beach community? I believe the convention's ecosystem is wide and complex, and Jehovah's Witnesses are known for these organizations and huge events that generate huge variety of income. I heard of the Toyota Grand Prix generated almost $40 million, and the Jehovah's Witnesses conventions generated more than $62 million, if that's correct.
Yeah, the numbers, as you can see, 40 to 65 billion a year. It's dependent upon how many conventions we have. And again, those numbers get very large, but the true impact, and I think what everyone sees also in the community, is the fact that you have hundreds of thousands of witnesses, multi-generational families like myself that stay there in the hotels. We spend our we eat at the restaurants, we enjoy the local attractions, but then we've discovered Long Beach, where Long Beach sometimes is viewed as in the shadow of Los Angeles. So now you have all these individuals that now may come back at another time to enjoy the restaurants, the attractions, the hotels. And in fact, when we look at even the international community that has come to our international conventions, they've now exported this city around the world. It's truly become, as it's to be known for, an international city. It has become. All around the world, people know about Long Beach because of the convention and because of now what they've seen there. So the locals understand that. Steve Goodling and the mayor, they said, Jehovah's Witnesses have really become a fabric of Long Beach. And that meaning it's we kind of are all connected. We're temporary residents really that week that we come there, and we look forward to it. I remember my daughter when she was young, she goes, "Are we going to the convention with the whales on the arena?" That was something that we always looked forward to every year. And so to have that kind of motive to be there can only bring more cheer and happiness into the community when people are really looking forward to being there and being a part of it.
What an exciting moment for everyone, especially for the convention attendees. Your thoughts on that, Robert? Young and
Yeah,
old, everybody
we
goes
have
to the
heard for
convention.
many, many years the impact Long Beach has had on Jehovah's Witnesses. And here's the interesting thing. David touched on it. Over the years, millions of Jehovah's Witnesses have walked into that facility, have walked through that city. In 1995, when we first went there on our first convention, it was not a city that was a destination city. And now today, it really is. Now, of course, Jehovah's Witnesses didn't do that. But imagine millions of people coming to Long Beach on a regular basis and exporting that good experience to the entire world, right? We've had several international conventions there. We've had many people from even around the country visit Long Beach. And also the mobility of Californians in themselves, leaving Long Beach, going perhaps moving to another part of the country. The social media that is generated by the positive impact. The beauty of the city is shown through the beauty of the witnesses as they inhabit that city, and that has just made it more desirable for all. So not only has it had generational impact on many Jehovah's Witness families, 3 and 4 generations attending over the course of 28 years, but it also has had a multinational effect on the Long Beach reputation and what it means to the world.
Yeah, people of all sorts. So what were key takeaways from this particular event?
I think loyalty was a big one, and that was a theme of our discussion with the group. We had about 120 at the event, and what I mean by loyalty is that we recognize that our relationship, our ability to put on a convention, is not one way. We need the loyalty of the city. We need them to want us back, to welcome us back. We need them to participate in this partnership and be a willing partner, and they are, and they have been through thick and thin. Frankly, the last 3 years have been very difficult, very hard in our relationships all over the world because we stopped our conventions, physical in-person conventions. They've stayed with us through that time. And we appreciate it. And we're going to be loyal and are continuing to be loyal to them. And so loyalty is a big one. And loyalty breeds trust. Trust is really its own commerce, right? It's its own currency in any relationship, especially one that does deal with currency. So we plan to continue to have our conventions there. We have a long-term commitment in Long Beach. And we're committed to being the loyal partners we have been over the last 28 years.
Wow, what a combination. Loyalty and trust is the national treasury. Universal treasury, rather. So, David, the takeaways from that particular event as a local Californian, Long Beach, Californian.
Well, it's nice to see. I think the relationships were strengthened through this. As 25 years go by, many people come and go, and some of these events that had happened in the past may not be remembered as clearly as they were, and how this partnership is really strong and forged deep. And so I think by bringing us all together and having this event and different ones speaking to these different examples, it strengthened that part of the community. And just moving forward, you can see that everyone's looking in their best interest as we move forward to continue to strengthen the relationship and continue to build on it.
Right. So, how can a person learn more about Jehovah's Witnesses conventions?
Well, it's interesting. We still have our convention series active all over the world. So over the next month and part of September, so about a month and a half, we still have left. About 6 weeks that we're holding these conventions in this part of the world, and then in other parts of the world, it'll be through the fall, because we do it in the summer months. So in the southern hemisphere, it'll be right through December. And this is this convention theme is on patience, and we, it's amazing. You can speak for 3 days about patience, but after you attend the convention, I have done 3 of them now. We can't get enough of it because of all the qualities to need in a world that we live in, and even the qualities that we need in waiting on our God to intercede. Christians for millennia have prayed for God's kingdom to come. We need patience with each other, with ourselves, and with our God. And so they can go to jw.org, go to the About Us tab, go to conventions. They can find out where a convention is in their location, and likely it won't be very far. And we invite them. It's free. There's no collection. And we would love to see as many as possible attend our in-person conventions, not only here in the United States, but around the world.
Very well said. David, how many more conventions is left at the Long Beach Convention Center?
We have 3 Spanish and 2 English. So each weekend, there'll be conventions going on, and we invite everyone to come down because we do have this history panel that's in the lobby that you can see all the different events that have happened on and why this relationship has taken on such great meaning for so many in Long Beach. And again, why? Really ask the question is, why did this all occur? Is just walk through the lobby into the auditorium and see the convention, as Robert had mentioned, why we all come here and what we're learning and the benefits that we've all been able to attain during these 25 years.
Very well said. Not many know that for the past 25 years, the Long Beach Convention Center has served as an invaluable hub for Jehovah's Witnesses, leaving an indelible impact on the venue and the attendees. The iconic venue has fostered growth, connections, and memories that will be cherished for years to come. A heartfelt thank you to you, to our valued guests, Mr. Robert Hendricks and Mr. David Cohen, for joining us today, sharing your insights. I appreciate your time and contribution to this engaging conversation. Until then, keep traveling until you reach your journey. Safe travels, everyone. Subscribe now.
I'm attorney Richard Harris. For me, it's all about winning for our clients. So our firm is donating backpacks full of supplies to 12,000 of the neediest students in Nevada. We want these kids to be winners too.
A lot of slick advertising may look like the lawyer is a very good lawyer. The proof is in the results. The Richard Harris Law Firm, just in case. We've represented over 100,000 people in my career. The thing that stands out when I represent Filipino Americans is the love that they have for their family. The Richard Harris Law Firm, just in case.
Sabi ng patients ko, they don't need a colonoscopy because they don't feel anything. But colon cancer is a silent killer. It affects both men and women, mayaman man o mahirap. Have your colon checked.
Mobile Home Health, providing care in the comfort of your own home.
Serving Southern Nevada is our top priority.
And it's our greatest joy to help others stay safe and enjoy a better quality of life at home.
Because health is wealth.
Your head is a part of your whole body, just like your heart and the rest of your body. Huwag kang mahihiya dahil hindi ka nag-iisa. I'm your nurse practitioner, Christina Pahara, advocating for mental health. Educate yourself and others. Choose empowerment. Call today.
I'm attorney Richard Harris. For me, it's all about winning for our clients. So our firm is donating backpacks full of supplies to 12,000 of the neediest students in Nevada. We want these kids to be winners too.
Ang minahal mong drama parating na sa California. Mas pinalaki at mas pinasaya. G Capabilia presents Sanjo Marudo, Francine Diaz, Seth Fedelin, Janine Gutierrez with John Arcilia, and Tessie Tomas, featuring Jed Madela in his 20th anniversary concert spectacle. Enjoy star-studded performances, the Star Hunt auditions, booths, games, and prizes, and a chance to take a photo with the stars. Dirty Linen sa America, this August 26 at the Memorial Auditorium, Sacramento Convention Center. Get your tickets now or contact your nearest ticket agent. Buong puso ang saya sa G Capabilia. Brought to you by, presented by, and our platinum sponsor.